Tonight,
What happened in the past years, even 100 years, it shaped our history, which shaped our future.
Lloydminster remembers the Battle of Vimy Ridge. Plus,
Regimental balls are a big part of our history.
a lost tradition returns to the border city. And
Every child on the spectrum is so different, so they all have their own unique abilities and challenges.
the Prairie North Health Region is raising awareness about autism.
This is Newcap News with Brian Lentz.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. We start tonight by remembering those who fought at the Battle of Vimy Ridge. Today is the 100th anniversary, and last night the Lloydminster Royal Canadian Legion held a ceremony to honor the occasion.
We are just paying tribute to those who have fallen and those who survived.
In attendance, veterans, parents, and students who submitted art for Remembrance Day in the form of posters, essays, and poems.
I really wanted to show what I felt about Remembrance Day, and that I care about Remembrance Day, and that I really wanted to show that the veterans are important to our country.
The 14-year-old submitted a poster surrounding the battle at Vimy Ridge for the annual contest.
I just really want to specify that women were also in the war and that they also participated in protecting our country.
For everyone present, it was clear the sacrifices made in the past have affected today.
What happened in the past years, even 100 years, it shaped our history, which shaped our future.
To me, it's very rewarding to know that the way I live now is because of what they sacrificed.
Williams adds it means a lot to see youth honoring our veterans.
They're the next ones to carry the torch to make sure that those people that have died and sacrificed everything, that their memory will never be forgotten.
A fact he knows the youth take seriously.
I have seen some amazing pictures, some amazing essays and poems. The kids go all out for it, and to me it means a lot.
And Canada marked the anniversary of the Battle of Vimy Ridge today with a dazzling and solemn ceremony at the site of the battle in France. Prime Minister Trudeau implored Canadians never to forget the bravery and sacrifice of the 10,000 who were killed or wounded at Vimy. Here's CTV's Paul Workman.
Where Canadian soldiers fought and died a century ago, today a great gathering to honor their memory. The Prince of Wales and his sons, the President of France, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. All assembled here before the imposing Vimy Memorial on a hot, sunny day when 100 years ago here it was snowing and bitterly cold. More than a commemoration, this was a celebration of nationhood, of the battle that brought Canadians together under one fighting force, and together again today in remembrance of the 10,000 killed or wounded here.
Think of it for a moment, the enormity of the price they paid, the burden they bore, and the country they made.
The memorial is a national treasure on French soil, dedicated in 1936 and reenacted today by Canadian pilots of a different age. Canadian regiments were together again at Vimy. Mounties formed an honor guard at the steps of the monument.
Their Royal Highnesses will now place...
And hundreds of pairs of army boots graced the stone, one pair for every soldier killed here.
Ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales.
Prince Charles spoke of the bloodiest day in Canadian history.
This was a battlefield of corpses. They fought bravely and with great ingenuity. They succeeded in seizing the vital high ground of Vimy, a task in which many others before them had failed.
The call of the bugle that honors the dead, and today honored the thousands of Canadians buried nearby. From a battlefield often described as the birthplace of a nation. Paul Workman, CTV News, Vimy.
And more than 400 people were in attendance at the Regimental Ball Saturday evening, enjoying food, drink, and entertainment. Hosted by Lloydminster RCMP, it was the first time the ball has taken place in the border city in a decade. All proceeds raised from the event will go towards Midwest Victim Services, which supports several rural communities.
Things like buying computers for our advocates, new on-call phones for all of our jurisdictions, and all the supplies and equipment that we need to be fully operational.
They do a lot of behind-the-scenes work, long hours. People don't quite recognize what they do, and their work is invaluable and really appreciated by myself and my members.
The evening featured live and silent auctions, music, photography, and more, all while wearing attire steeped in tradition.
Regimental balls are a big part of our history, and it's just a good way of our people to meet our members on an informal basis.
We had a fabulous number of businesses in town that offered to sponsor us as well as provide auction items for us. We are very appreciative of that, especially with the economy being in the situation it's in right now.
Pearson says he'd like the ball to take place once every 2 years moving forward. And April is National Autism Awareness Month, and the Service Sports Centre was bustling Saturday afternoon as families learned more about the condition. Gina Martin has the details on the successful event and the misconceptions surrounding autism.
It was an afternoon of non-stop spinning, jumping, and running around at the Service Sports Centre as the Prairie North Health Region's Autism Spectrum Disorder Program held its Autism Awareness event.
So we want to put on an event so that people can learn more about autism, some of the early red flags, and then as well get a chance to kind of network and meet other families who are going through some of the same things that they are.
Take Leanne Mitchell, for example, whose 4-year-old son has been diagnosed with autism, but is showing the condition doesn't define him.
He's a little firecracker. He's super busy, not unlike any neurotypical 4-year-old. We just have to do things a little bit different. That's all. He just wants to be accepted and loved and treated just like everybody else.
I think one of the big things that we always try to have people learn about is that every child on the spectrum is so different, so they all have their own unique abilities and challenges. And we always say, if you've met one person with autism, you've met one person with autism. Everybody on the spectrum is so different.
Different being the key word, not difficult, not disadvantaged, just that they learn and process things in their own way.
People seem to think that they don't understand what's going on around them. And that is completely false. Some of them may not be able to verbally communicate what is going on, but they're a lot more clever and they understand a lot more than what people will give them credit for.
And throughout the busy gymnasium were colored puzzle pieces emphasizing an important motto behind Autism Awareness Month.
The slogan is putting all the pieces together. So all of those different pieces that make up a child with autism and all of the different pieces about what autism is.
Gina Martin, Newcap News.
Lakeland Athletics handed out the awards for Male and Female Athlete of the Year this week to two very different recipients. One's journey has taken him across the Atlantic, while the other has overcome inconsistency to lead her team to national gold. Josh Ryan has more.
The name announced for Rustler's Male Athlete of the Year was a repeat of 2016, fourth-year men's soccer star Stefan Kukovic.
Thankful for the opportunity to play here, and thankful for the coaches and staff and players and athletic directors, everyone that's been around helping me and the team.
The winner of the Female Athlete of the Year, Annika Koos, represents the journey that the women's volleyball team has taken over the past 3 years.
Honestly, didn't really think I was going to win it, so it's very exciting that I get to be the Female Athlete of the Year for my school.
You see the work every day that she puts in. To have someone win Athlete of the Year on your team, it's that much sweeter, and you're just that much more proud for that person.
Since coming to Lloydminster from Serbia in 2013 and barely able to speak English, Kukovic has shined for the men's soccer program. He played a major role on the bronze medal winning team 2 years ago and was named ACAC Men's Soccer Player of the Year this season.
He's a pretty good person, good athlete, good soccer player, does well academically, so he's representative of what I'm trying to find more of.
Koos, on the other hand, finally found consistency in her dynamic, hard-hitting game, helping power the Rustlers to conference and national gold just 1 month ago.
All my games that I have lots of points, it's against a good team, so it's exciting when I get to get kills against the good teams instead of just racking them up against the bad teams.
Koos is back next year on a team looking to repeat as champions, while Kukovic will say goodbye to Lakeland soon as he will attend Vancouver Island University this fall.
Missed some faces around, and how easy it's for me to get to the gym, to the training, to the school, and I'll obviously miss that part a lot. It's a really nice community around here.
Josh Ryan, Newcap Sports.